I am so excited to introduce you to two of my beloveds, dear sister friends, breath workers of magnitude that I've known for over a decade, Ashanna Solaris and Dana Dharmadevi. If you don't know these two incredible sisters, Ashanna and Dana, have been sharing breath work and healing for over 7 decades combined and have pioneered their own program called Clarity Breathwork, which is a gentle, compassionate, and feminine approach to breathing and healing. They combine their many years of experience and gifts together in a beautiful way that changes the lives of their students. Dana brings in these incredible sacred kirtans and music, and Ashanna brings this incredible transformational light body meditation work. And then there's dance and movement. And together they've led hundreds of trainings all over the world, workshops and retreats, supporting tens of thousands of people to release their blocks and live their absolute greatest potential. We are so blessed to be with these two. If you've ever considered breath work as a path to your own healing or as a part of your own career, I really believe breath work's the way of the future. And I'm so excited to dive in. We're also speaking about the feminine and how the feminine weaves into this breathwork movement. I mean, breathwork is taking over the world. Why is breathwork so important right now?
Well, it's the miraculous medicine that is inside of each one of us that can reconnect us to our hearts, our truth, and to the infinite. And we need to connect right now and listen and hear the earth and hear our own voice inside of us. And breathwork helps us do that, along with so many other things.
Yeah. And I would add that, the thing with breath work, because we use our breath to sing and to scuba dive and all those, breath is key, yoga. And yet we seem to hold our breath. And part of it is because we're afraid to feel. And here on Maui, where we are, there's a lot of feeling going on of extreme magnitude and all over the world. So it's really an important time for the feminine to rise. And what I want to say, like when you're scuba diving, you're expending the energy. When you're laying there with breath work and you're diving in with the breath, all that extra oxygen goes to face what we haven't yet felt. Mm-hmm. So it's key to our healing, to our opening our hearts.
As a leader, these two have helped me stop holding my breath. There's something about your approach that's so feminine, it's so gentle, and it's allowed me to live inside of my leadership more, which has been more effective. I'm not reading words on a page, I'm living what I'm bringing. And what an important moment for all of us to be in this conversation with what's happening in Maui, the devastation. Can we pause and say a few moments about what has it been like to be leaders on the island at such a time of devastation, and then continue to bring the incredible healing that you both bring?
Well, one thing that I can share about being here is that the incredible strength of the Hawaiian spirit and of the aloha energy is palpable. And people are coming together all over the island and from other islands to help, to support, to be together, to stand strong together. And I really think Maui could be an example of what can happen going through the devastation of climate change and how we could actually change and live in more harmony and sustainability. And that's what we're choosing to focus on and vision and breathe into. And it feels really important that we're all here right now, breathing together, praying together, singing together, helping each other, healing together. It's beyond comprehension what is actually happening here.
People are gathering all over. And I just want to say, like, when I go to yoga class, it's like it's hard to leave because we're all huddling and crying and sharing and it's everywhere. It's like on the streets, in the hearts. And we went to the Iao Valley yesterday, and it was people were having experiences, strong experiences, and we have to learn how to. Our work is to not to just meet it on the mat, so to speak. When we're in ceremony, it's all a ceremony. We're all here to love, and Maui is truly awakening at the same time as the disillusion is happening and the despair. We're rising together.
You know, the two of you have really showed me an example of what the highest of high teachers preach is that we learn to breathe in pain and breathe out love. And that's what I see you doing in Maui. It's what I see the community doing. It's what you all have taught me to do, to not barricade myself from the darkness, but to circulate and to not hold in the face of that desire to contract. And I just thank you. I bow down to you. I appreciate you for bringing this medicine at such a time. We have a link to donate to Mother Maui and to the people of Lahaina in our Women Rocking Business Sisterhood group. So if you're looking for somewhere to give, whether it's 25 or 50 or 100, like, please continue to flow that love back to Mother Maui. And I know that Ashanna and Dana have an incredible event coming up that's going to be part of this whole transformation as well. So we'll tell you about that in a moment. We'll get you the link here in the comments. But let's just keep staying with this idea also of the fierce feminine and the calling that is happening on behalf of that feminine energy. Can you speak to your own experience of how the feminine moves through the breath and what advice you might give us if we're wanting to tap more into that infinite flow?
I just want to invite everybody to take a breath right now as we talk about the fierce feminine, because she is here. She is here and she is roaring to be heard right now and to be honored and to be reclaimed. And all of us have a unique role to play at this time. And we need to play it. And that's why we love you so much, Sage, because you give us the tools and you encourage us to have the trust and the faith to put our work out there in the world. And so for all of you listening right now, you know that you're being called or you wouldn't be here listening. And what we would say is, just for us, breath gives us the courage to step out of our, I'm not good enough, I can't, I don't have the capacity, someone else is better. We can all get hooked into comparisons with each other, and it doesn't serve us right now. We're each unique and we each have a gift and we each have a soul tribe, if it were, that we're here to call to us to make a difference in the world and to ripple it out. And we're needed now, and it's why we're here. So that's a little bit of my passion around this topic.
Mic drop. We are needed now. The breath is the portal. The breath gives us courage. I'm taking notes over here. What do you think, Dana? Dana Dharma Devi, you gorgeous woman of magnitude.
Yeah. Thank you, Sage. Yeah. I want to also reiterate that it's such an honor because you're a fierce woman in your power, and you're young and vital and beautiful, and you inspire so many thousands upon thousands of women. And we're two of them. You know, we already had a mighty contract with the divine to share our gifts. And then suddenly it's like, oh, well, we have much more to share. And so thank you for that. Deep bow to that. And so the power of compassion, because when there's fierceness, to now not meet fierceness with fearful fierceness. There's loving fierceness, and then there's fear that says you should not. You know, you made me, the blame, and then the resentment, and then the hurt and the shutdown. So that's not really, I mean, there's a time to take space, but that's not really meeting it. Meeting it is like, I hurt and I love. I'm angry, my holy anger, my precious tears, and my holy laughter. You know, it's like, it's all medicine. It's all medicine. And so with compassion, you know, whether we get some bad news, your house is gone, it's in ashes. It's to take a breath. I mean, we know people that happened to, and they had to take a breath and carry on and move forward and be grateful that they have a body still, you know. So we have an opportunity again and again to love again and to take a deep breath and say, even that, I can love even that, because our love is greater. So the breath just leads us there. It's an organic, natural tool. We just haven't known how to access it, many of us.
Wow.
Inspire.
I attended a breathworking event in Pacifica, California, 10, 12 years ago that these two were hosting. And I was a young woman figuring out my path. And I cried for a lot of that event. And I thought these two these two angels are bringing medicine to the planet. And, a decade later, here we are, over a decade later, we met back again in Maui on the beach, and we're dancing together and reunited. And now here we are, continuing to learn from each other. And Ashanna and Dana, commonly come onto our stage and empower thousands of women entrepreneurs and light workers all over the world. And I think about what happens when we say yes to these practices. We say yes to the people that we're drawn to. We say yes to continuing to breathe courage into our purpose and our mission. Can we have a taste of what you bring? Shall we move into a little practice here for everyone?
We would love to. And just as I'm listening to you, Sage, about the synchronicities that brought us together, that, we're all designed to blossom at a certain time in our lives and to give our gifts. And to the degree that we are not really living our full capacity is often to the degree that we suffer and that we don't feel good about ourselves and our lives. And the Course in Miracles has this line, never in my smallness will I ever be satisfied, only in my greatness. And when we say yes to it, the support comes, like you coming to us and then us coming to you. And we're here to support each other and help this planet rise. So we would love to share some of Dana's amazing flutes and a little invocation to invite each of you to step into your holy purpose and your fierce feminine to bring forth your gifts. And then we'll do a few minutes of conscious connected breathing as well.
Let's just describe the conscious connected breathing before, because it's going to go seamlessly. And so it's a very simple method of conscious and connected without any force on the exhale. And we like to use the mouth because it's bigger. And if you're a nose breather and you want to breathe into the nose and out through the nose, it's fine. It's circular. So, Ashanna, do you want to demonstrate it? Just the sound of the breath. I can,
sure. It's a silent ah on the inhale, a silent ha on the exhale. We call it the aha breath. Oh, that feels good already.
Yeah.
We all need to breathe right now.
Yeah. The nervous system starts to relax and it's a blessing. And then the heart opens and everything flows. Okay.
So we invite you just to put everything aside for the next 7 minutes and just join us in a little activation of your sacred purpose and your fierce feminine with love and compassion. Take a deep breath and close your eyes if they're not already. And on your exhale, just let go. Right now, we are safe, we are held, we are supported. And take another deep breath and just surround yourself with your own divine light, with your own divine purpose, your gifts, your trust, your calling to serve right now. Let's send our roots deep down into Mother Earth and feel the ground underneath us, supporting us, sending up abundance, wealth, energy, up through the bottoms of our feet and legs, up through the base of our spine. And let's just fill up ourselves with the energy, the mana, the power to give our gifts, to make a difference, and to be successful and thrive so we can create all of the forms that can bring this fierce feminine beauty out into the world. Let's open our hearts and let's shine our love out to your platform, your business idea, your gem. Let's just shower it with light, and we'll see Sage coming in with her magic wand to give you the power assist that you need to break through any money blocks, marketing blocks, These are just tools for us to share the love that we are. And let's breathe it all the way up to the top of our heads, filling our entire energy field with light. And we're going to invite you to place a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. And we're going to start turning it over to about 4 minutes of conscious, connected breathing. Relax your jaw, open your mouth, and let's begin to breathe together.
Breathing into your heart space, all the way up to your crown, connecting each sacred breath, the gift of a single breath reminds us of our greatness, our power as women, as the Shakti, the goddess, the sacred feminine.
Wow. Just let all this energy into your heart. Let the violin in. Let this music of our Mother Earth, that we are here to serve, that we are here to bring healing to her people. Let's allow this healing to come into our breath now, to open our hearts. And if you've got some emotions that are needing your attention, just let them flow like rivers back to the ground.
And true power is loving and kind and assertive. It is honest. It is real. It is raw. Can you feel our precious Mother Earth beneath us, calling us?
For all mankind to see.
And it begins with our own self-love, with knowing our own worthiness inside of us. So breathe into that worthiness that is within you, that worthiness to shine, worthiness to give your gifts and to thrive.
The moment.
Breathe into that brilliance that you've been given. It's there. And let the power of your breath fan the flame of your beauty, of your strength, of your courage.
Where we give thanks and see.
It's beautiful. Let your wings open behind you. We are here for so much greatness to flow through us. And let's call in all the support around each one of us, as if each one of us has an army of angels supporting us to get our work out there, to share our love in small and great ways. We've got about another minute to breathe in your vision of what you know is possible for you to live and to give.
Each breath matters. Each idea has the frequency of the miraculous in it. Constant flow of loving energy, breath of life.
That's it. Let's open our arms. You're here with us, three powerful Shaktis, fierce, courageous, feminine warrioresses. We can do this. Let's open to let it come, and let's just wash it through us now, sweeping out anything that would stop you. It doesn't have the power. And let's put our hands in prayer position.
Place a hand on your heart. Give thanks. Your heart beats for you.
Give yourself a big hug. Love yourself up. We are all so precious and so needed, every single one of us right now.
This medicine that you bring is so potent. Give them some love in the comments, in the show notes, in the head into our sisterhood group, and love these two up. I know we can all feel it. I know we can all feel how needed this medicine is at this time. You know, I've heard you say some version when you're teaching, some version of, you know, there's nothing that can't really be solved with through the breath. Can each of you say more about this, especially for those who are listening that are thinking, I mean, I'd like to bring breath work more into my work, into my practice, into my healing toolbox. I mean, this is what you do. You've launched so many breath workers. You've helped people heal chronic conditions through breath work. Can you say more about this? Right, there's no problem that can't really be solved through the breath.
Dana, do you want to answer that?
Yeah, I'd like to just say that I love to say, just flew out of me one day, you know, I just said, all things can be healed by the power of our love and by the power of our breath. Because yes, we go through the layers of whatever fear is blocking us, seemingly blocking us, and it's just a fearful thought. And then when we breathe towards it, it begins to transmute. And then we really want to share our gifts. We really want to be heard. We really want to be seen. And we just need a little encouragement that even if someone judges us, that's their judgment, and I can do it anyway. I'm going to show up. And they're just actually reflections of us. So the breath truly is a master teacher to help set us free. We can do anything.
I think about the line from Byron Katie, I only suffer because I believe a thought about myself or about reality. And what the breath work does is it helps us recognize, what am I believing that's causing me to be stuck in this area? And then we breathe into that. And not only do we see the belief, but we can go all the way back to the roots of that belief, because maybe it was something when we were really little. Maybe it was something when we were in the womb, an imprint that we took on from our mothers, and we need to bring light and love there. And then when we do it, it dissolves. And then more of the truth of who we are, which is always connected to that greater divine light that created all of us, guides us through any stuckness, any difficulty. It doesn't mean that it just makes everything easy. It just means that then we have a tool to move through those places, and then it starts to open up. We start to have the results we want in our lives.
And when we make a practice of breath work, then it's there for us when we need it, rather than going unconscious and the contraction that has us block ourselves off from all the things that we want in life. And I've seen the two of you create miracles through breath work. The two of you get to travel all over the world. You were just in Costa Rica leading this incredible certification program. Every time I check social media, you're somewhere new, doing something amazing, working with the Shift Network. And I know there's so many folks here listening and women here who would love to have those kinds of opportunities open up in their spiritual practice, in their healing practice, and could see the benefit of bringing breath work and the miracles that it can create by letting go, right? It's like it's the inner tension that blocks miracles from finding us. Can the two of you speak a little bit about this miraculous journey you've both been on? I mean, Dana, how old are you? Can
71.
71 years old. And last time I talked to her, she's like, I'm just getting started. This is the beginning. Right? So how many of us would love to be getting started? And Ashanna, just the radiance, you both just emit this incredible radiance. And can you share the miraculous experiences and a miracle perhaps that's come to you through the breath?
Well, I'm just really sitting with a recent experience with the breath that it's a little more practical, really, because with the fires on Maui, and I was in California, and there were a lot of voices in the media, in my surroundings, of saying, don't go back. It's scary. There may not be food. There may not be this. You're so empathic. You'll be so impacted. And just this kind of really going back and forth and changing my ticket several times and being in that not knowing. And I found myself really relying on my breath and this kind of solid rod of light within me that was like, okay, I don't know. I'm weighing it out. What is really the right choice for me? And then it came so clearly through the breath. You need to go home and be with your island and your community, and you are safe and protected. And once I received that, I had complete clarity, complete confidence to come home. And when I arrived here, there was so much love, so much aloha spirit. And I knew that I was in the right place. And so, whatever you're going through around like a decision that you have to make, or whether you should leave the relationship or not leave the relationship, or what business idea, if you can wait for it and breathe and anchor in your center, then life will show you which direction. And to me, it's just an invaluable tool. Like, I'm just so grateful. It's guidance. It's being able to be guided instead of living from the mind, which is kind of crazy making, especially
Right?
now.
Our minds are crazy. They are crazy.
And you can use it for business ideas. I use it for business ideas all the time. Like, you just open to receive instead of trying to come up with it from the mind.
I'm not going to solve the problems in the consciousness they were created. So it's, the breath is the way into all the solutions. And I just love this example of knowing you needed to return home to Mother Maui. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Dana?
Two things are coming that I like to say that a single breath can save a relationship, a marriage, or a partnership, a friendship, business partnership, a career. Because what we do if we don't breathe, we react because we're in our pain body and just can lash out. And if we take some breaths, we access higher knowing in our being, and then we can respond much more responsibly. We can say, the truth instead of just the pain lashing out. So it's a valuable business tool. And for me, and I would use this weekend as an example because it was my birthday, and I thought, I cannot celebrate with so much pain. I cannot. It's like, no. And I kind of really waited, and then someone just took the ball, a beautiful friend on Maui. And then suddenly there were just so many people. Even Ashanna, she got the direct message to come, and she popped out of the back room, and it was a total surprise because she wasn't supposed to be back yet. And it was like, it's important that to see, like, by the power of our breath, we just breathe into what's now. Well, it brings us into the present moment, like Ashanna said. So it's a miraculous tool, and yet it's so absolutely simple. And then we know, like, I can let in, it's a giving and receiving gift. The in-breath, I can receive the acknowledgement, I can share it. I don't have to hang on to it, cling to it. I can let it go. It's a constant giving and receiving teacher for me. And to empower people, I see relationships saved, marriages saved. They go on and live their life purpose again.
Traumas healed, lost parents that died when they were young, coming from the other side in a breath session and having a healing around that. Dana had a client with multiple voices that was able to integrate her trauma. There's just countless miracles. We could write a book, and
we
maybe
will.
that's our next coaching assignment from you.
I'll support you. We'll get right on that. We'll get your book out, and each chapter can become a blog and a little video.
We'll implement that right away.
It needs to be written, because the stories I've heard when the two of you come out of your trainings, the stories I've heard leave me in goosebumps and tears consistently. And our entire community is so touched by the medicine the two of you bring. And for those of you that are watching or listening and thinking, wow, this feels like home to me, that this is resonant for me, there's something here for me, I would love more of this, I'm going to invite you to take the next step and check out Ashanna and Dana's upcoming event. Will you tell us about it?
Yeah, we're really excited about it, and Sage has definitely helped us to craft it. It's called Breathe the World Awake. We feel that there couldn't be a better time for us to join together around the world and help call in the new wave of breath workers to create a successful and thriving breathwork practice and to get certified. It is the fastest growing healing modality on the planet right now because it is so needed and because it is miraculous. It's free. It's 7 days. So come and join us. It's September 7th to the 13th. We'd love, love, love to have you.
Mm-hmm. We would welcome you with open arms, open hearts, and teach you everything we know.
Y'all are amazing.
Thank you, Sage.
I want to congratulate every single one of you who's going over there right now to sign up. We're going to put the link right here. with this video in the show notes, in the sisterhood group, on the homepage, and all the places. So click that link and get yourself signed up for Breathe the World Awake so that you can keep infusing your life with this deep medicine and be that much closer to your purpose, your manifestations, and bringing breath work into your practice, into your life, into your career. It is the fastest growing modality from what I can see. And thank you for really spotlighting that. It's so needed. Our souls came in for such a time as this. Thank you both so much for your commitment to the incredible, miraculous medicine that you bring. Any last words that you'd like to leave this community with?
I'm just sitting with this memory of last week after the tragedies happened, of thinking, what difference can we make? And those feelings we can have sometimes of hopelessness, that what we have to offer won't make the difference that's needed, so why bother? And then we started getting a slew of emails from students in our trainings reaching out to say, thank you so much. The breath work that you taught me has given me the tools to navigate this kind of a tragedy, or has given me the tools to start a new life, or all these reports started coming in. And then we just realized, of course, don't give up hope that just even if you change one person's life, that's enough. So go for your gifts, believe in yourself. The support will be there. It'll happen. You're meant to thrive.
Yeah. And
That's
you don't
my
have to be
message.
perfect to do it. You're perfect
Nope.
as you are. Thank you. Yeah.
So true. You're perfect as you are. Keep going. Love you all. Hope to see
Thank
you
you
on Ashanna and
all.
Dana's
So beautiful.
Thank you,
incredible
everyone. Much
Breathe the
love.
World Awake event. Get signed up. Don't forget to hit subscribe so I can keep getting you weekly content to grow your business that is relevant, authentic, and effective, so you can get out there and shine your light and be the messenger that you're here to be, because your clients are waiting for you.